We have a great concern. God has called us to show His love. His love has got to transcend what we feel here today. Oh, we will love the hugs here. We will love the kisses here. It makes sense here because we're broken people and we're desperate for the love of mankind and the love of God. And we're desperate for acceptance and affirmation. We need those kinds of things. But what happens is when it stops here, do our love keep transcending our heart the way Jesus said it needs to? Today, to build the right kind of ministry, we must have an active love. He said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Of course, if I ask you how many of you love yourself, you're not going to be honest with me. Because only people who don't love themselves hate everybody else. Shall I say that again? If you don't love yourself, you hate everybody else. You know why you hate everybody else? Because you don't love yourself. That's right. You treat them the way you would treat yourself. So if some of you are rude and arrogant people, guess what? Can anybody grab that? I don't need to say that, right? Because if you're rude and arrogant, undoubtedly that's the way you are in you. That's right. Okay? You know, we may not like that, but we really do treat people the way we want, the way we are. That's right. Yes. Amen. I've always been taught really clear by Brother Lewis, and he taught me a good lesson, many lessons. He said, Pastor Williams, you go around the bush trying to reach people. He's right. He's very clear. He said, don't go around the bush with me. Get a 2x4 and hit me upside my head. I don't understand that. No, that has shaped my life. He's right. But don't make me pick up a 2x4. That's not me. But when I get ready to talk to him in a certain way, I'm going to respect him. I'm not going to disrespect him. That's right. But he is right. Okay, so how many of y'all need a 2x4 to hit you upside the head? God almighty. Look, Lewis, a lot of people, you see him? God, so you mean to tell me Pastor Williams got to have a lot of 2x4s just to reach some people? But probably so. That is correct. Love is active. I'm not talking about abusive active. You know, and maybe that's what it is. And that is some truth to that. Love your neighbor as you would love yourself. So now, when I look at people who are cold or hostile or aggressive, maybe that's how you love yourself. Maybe. What y'all think? You know, maybe you was the one who was once abused and neglected, so now you have no idea of helping no one else. Because you're now abused and neglected. And this is what I begin to discern in the Christian church. Why do we abuse and neglect the community or neglect people? Maybe because people hadn't touched us. So we don't have the wherewithal to do what? Go back and touch. Love your neighbor as you would love yourself. Love is an active. It's a motion. It moves. So if I'm a caring person, I'm not going to obey that scripture and go care for people. Are some of you challenged with caring for people? Are some of you challenged with taking up your cross and following your Savior Jesus? Probably. We're challenged. Why are we challenged? Maybe because we need to help too. Today I'm going to share a word with you concerning a lady, a woman. Her name was Ruth. Ruth was a Gentile woman who was alienated from the promise of God. First chapter. Ruth had a special calling from God. She was to inhabit part of the seed that we worship today. You know what that was? I don't know whether she was a great grandmother of Jesus Christ, but she was one of those. So some of y'all good, some of y'all find one day and live. But she was part of that lineage. But she wasn't part of the house at first. She was a messed up, poor country girl who had nothing. On the both sides, the south side. I don't say that, do it, right? And nobody's on the south side. Well, maybe you are. She was out north side, east side, west side, y'all about that. And she had nothing. Nothing. She was a person who was a modeling nobody. That's what Ruth. How y'all like that? But there was a principle that transformed Ruth. It was an active love that Boaz had. He took some principles of God and he made them come reality. And that's how we're going to save some people. Ruth was in the lineage of Jesus Christ, which ultimately saved us. But because Boaz obeyed the principles of God, he touched somebody that nobody ever would touch. See, our thing is, we look at how people are and we don't want to help anyone that can't help themselves. I heard many of y'all say that. If they ain't going to help themselves, I'm not going to help them neither. How many of you said that? Let me see your hand. It's okay. Just tell the truth. But when you're obeying God, what do your opinion mean on when it's time to obey God? It's time for y'all to put aside what you feel and what you think to what God has said. Ruth didn't know how to reach Boaz. It wasn't Ruth reaching Boaz. It was Boaz reaching Ruth. How many of you got a higher knowledge in life? Your higher knowledge should transcend the ignorance of others. That's right. Not unless you're not higher. Not unless you're not understanding God. Yes. You know why Jesus said, forgive those, even your enemies? Do y'all know that? Yes. How many of you have forgiven your enemies? Let me see your hand. Let me tell y'all about me. I struggle with forgiving my enemies. I don't think I forgave all of them either. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. I'm up here preaching. But I work hard every day. None of my enemies would ever see my anger. Because when I see them and I know I got a problem, I'm going back to the cross. This is not right, God. Help me with this. What's wrong? Why come I can't release and let go? See, that's my struggle. So I practice His word. I practice His principles every day. Every day I put a torch to what I can't conquer myself. Every day I wake up and I put a torch to that. If I don't like you, you'll never know it hardly. That's not even such thing, right? Okay. All right. All right. You're not going to know it too much because I'm going to practice loving you the way Jesus said. I'm going to be active with what His word told me to do. I'm going to show